It's 2:00.
1, 2, 3, 4. Talking about musicians and cool things and stuff. It's the Harley and Josh show.
On YouTube, iTunes, and Facebook Live because IO Radio's closed.
Welcome to Facebook
Hello.
Live, Harley and Josh show, crazy people.
Hello.
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 It's
how
bank
is
holiday, isn't it?
It is. It's bank holiday.
It sure is, because we're in a
puns.
conservatory, Harley.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we were just saying we're not sure if IO Radio would have been any cooler today.
No, it's a very warm building.
It's a warm room.
Yes.
It's a hot mic.
Yeah.
Mm.
Always see what you did.
Yeah. So, welcome. Thank you, guys. We've got a poll going on about who looks the worst for wear today, so you can join in on that if you want. But, you know, if you're watching this on YouTube in the future, the poll's closed. I'm sorry, okay?
Is there? Yeah, oh yeah.
It's the future.
Welcome to the future, guys.
And everything's gone to hell.
Yeah, is this going on? This will probably go on YouTube afterwards as well.
Yes.
So if you're watching and loving this, you can watch it back. So.
Oh, you wait to see what it's like first.
Are we
I'm going to rewatch this awful rubbish.
Are we going to have the 2 minutes of awkward silence?
Oh, yeah.
We'll edit that
We
in.
should add
We'll
that
just
in. So, Harley, I've got to do this properly, all right? Okay?
Okay.
Okay, I've got to do
Am I
this.
going to have to hold a mic for you?
No, because I can hold it between my legs like this. All right? Here we go. It's going live. What'd you do? Last week.
Last week. Of course, it's always last week what we did.
Well, yeah, I suppose so. But we're always talking in the past. I never really ask you.
It's been a mad one. Second week of school holidays.
Yes.
And, of course, we've been mad busy.
Yeah.
I was mostly setting up and getting everything ready to do the Suffolk Pride pre-party, which is very hard to say.
So many P's, Harley.
All the P's.
That was a good party, though.
It was a great night.
That was cool.
It was great fun. Lots of people. I think they sold 136 tickets before the event.
That's really good.
And some people walk in as well.
Yeah.
Loads of people putting some money in the bucket. They raised over £1,000 towards the main event, which Reno and Rome, I believe, will be playing. So,
Are they? Oh, great.
yeah. So that's great from them.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's going to be just awesome. I can't wait to.
That was such a good set, man.
It was. Oh, thank you very much. It's the first time you've seen Chart Attack.
It was
is that right?
the first time I've seen Chart
Yeah,
Attack.
man.
I was not disappointed.
Oh, great!
At all.
Great.
It was just it's one of those sets that you got your Superstition in there.
Yeah.
But that's like the only song that you'd expect.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It's all songs that people know, but not songs that necessarily everybody
covers.
Yeah. So and that's exactly. I mean, that's what the MO is from the start, and
yeah, that was really, really, really good,
and it was just very well received.
I specifically love the Luther Vandross track.
Yeah,
I do love that song so much.
Yeah,
never too much.
That was actually quite a hard one to play for me because I didn't notice during sound check, but because I really when I do sound check, I literally play for like 2 minutes. I'm like,
yeah,
it's good, let's go. If it's no good, then I tweak and then play it,
Yeah.
But the neck on the bass has moved. This was my Fender Jazz 2000.
Oh right, so you didn't use your carbon
no,
fiber one.
No, I'm still waiting to get the electronics right on that one.
Oh, okay.
So I use a Jazz 4-string, which usually works great for Chart Attack. But the neck has moved to the point where the action's like crazy high.
Right. Oh, weird.
Not crazy high, but higher than I'd like it to.
Yeah, you like having it quite close.
Yeah. I like a medium, although that was set up very flat, but it was. So doing a lot of the slap kind of stuff was a real challenge.
Yes, it's strange. Yeah, just sort of having to do it with one hand. I did notice you doing a lot of legato on your left hand just while sorting out things with your right, like doing the mix with your phone, sorting out cables.
That's how it goes a lot of the time. Usually I have a tablet on the side of the attached to my mic stand, where I can, and that's always got the app running so I can run the desk.
Yeah.
But Elliot doesn't. His iPad broke to give him the cues and stuff like that.
Sad.
So he's borrowing mine for the time being. So I've got to do it all from my phone, which isn't ideal.
Not ideal. We got to answer this question here. The hat, Jenny, is my hat, but it's just it's warm in here.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have terrible hair today.
It's mostly about his hair.
Yeah, that's just not. I mean, I've got hat hair now. It's even worse. Where is it? Yeah, what's this bit? What's that all about? Where's that come from?
The real thing she wants to know though is where's your snazzy waistcoat?
my snazzy waistcoat that I was wearing this morning, which was great.
I didn't know you had a waistcoat.
I've got many.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, it was good. This is a nice long one, and it really didn't suit my pajamas.
No waistcoats do. I'm sure there's not many people that
waistcoats and checkered pajamas. Not a good look.
That's sad.
So yeah, that was.
She doesn't know why the hair's. I know where the hair's bad. I know why the hair's bad.
Yeah, it's too much rocking out last night. Partying, gigging. I'll talk about last night.
Yes. Well, yeah. So I just wanted to say, well done for the pre-Pride party. I was really taken aback with just how well it went down. You know, you had such a lot of the people that were there because of you guys.
Yeah, oh, well, that's great. I mean,
and they loved the song choice.
Yeah. It was quite nice because we said we'd play a bit of a sort of a DJ set afterwards, keep some music going. So after we'd played, the party can go on.
Yeah.
And Andrew, the organizer, sent through a list of songs as a request to play during the disco.
Amazing.
And I took 3 or 4 of them out because they were already on our set.
That's great.
Which is great because
that shows that you've already read the room well.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was great. We went out afterwards, had a bit of fun.
Yeah.
And where did we end up? Distilled Republic.
Yes, we did actually. I just remembered that because I had a little bit to drink. Yeah.
Did you?
Could you not notice?
No.
No.
Yeah, that was there
I
was
was enjoying Friends.
There were some great videos of you attempting to climb a fence.
Video singular. Well, Toby did ask me to do it more than once.
Yeah.
So do it again.
It was
okay. Here we go.
It was magical. It was I thought it was in slow mo.
It was great. Well, no, my life is slow motion. It was Dan Harvey was playing at the Distilled Republic, wasn't he? Playing some boogie and stuff. It was really
great
good.
Tunes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know how many of you remember, but.
No, I just remember seeing Bessie Turner outside.
Of course, yeah.
And it was really funny because she was just messing around and then she just laid on the floor just going, no. For some reason, she was just going, no. And then security guard came up to us and he was just like, is she all right? Because I think she needs to go. I was like, no, she's sober. She's like, no, I'm fine.
Brilliant. The part where she was just sober.
And it was Tom was there as well from Girls of the Internet who I played some music and we were just picking her up off the floor. She's not drunk. She's literally not drunk. She's doing a bit. Just let her have it. But yes, that was wonderful. And then you had another show on the Friday.
No, we didn't. No. What did I do Friday?
What did you do Friday?
I just went out with mates.
What'd you do Friday?
Just went out with mates.
Oh, okay,
nice catch
cool.
up. For a bank holiday, it's been a bit of a quiet one for myself. Just
good.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to be able to sort of, when other people have days off, to be able to enjoy that for once. It seems.
Yeah. That helps things.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, good to see mates and people I hadn't seen for a long time, and just shoot the stuff.
Crap. I guess you can say crap on this. I don't know.
We can say crap. Yeah.
Sure.
And just talk about world current affairs and all that.
Yes, what? Very civilised, Harley.
It was ever so civilised. It was wonderful.
What about Saturday, though? So you had the gig on Saturday?
No.
Sunday?
Yes.
Yay!
Yeah, there we go. The other thing, one thing...
What'd you do Saturday?
So, Sunday... What did I do Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, because, we didn't fill in that gap.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Again. Oh... I went out with mates. No, I didn't.
You have so many friends, Harley.
I didn't. No, I just stayed in and went to the gym.
Nice.
Because
who's Jim? Have you got a podcast together? I don't like him.
The Harley and Jim show.
I just lifted microphone.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah.
I'm a curl.
Yeah, I don't really know what that is a gym thing for. I don't know, but still
sailing.
Yeah. I've been trying to get more into sort of being more healthy and stuff like that. I've kind of been neglecting my fitness a little bit. I've still been eating quite healthily over the last few weeks. I've kind of got quite good at that bit. Had a lovely smoothie this morning.
Oh, good. You're making all your fruities.
It's all about them.
Just get them all out of the way. That's what I like about doing smoothies, because you just get your fruits and you're done.
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
Although washing up the smoothie is always
that is a faff.
You've got some washing up to do in the kitchen, and it's just always sticky and
goopy.
Gloopy. Yeah. So did a bit of that. Felt great to sort of be active again, and I'm hoping to go back and getting back on it tonight. I think Monday nights are my gym night, so I'm going to be vigilant on that.
Nice.
So And then Sunday was gig night again at the Falcon.
Oh, yes, of course.
Ipswich.
So it was Bowman's, wasn't it?
Yes.
What was it before that? Tate's.
Yes.
Was it Tate's? Not Tate's.
No,
because it was Yates.
was it?
Was it Tate's Bar?
I've only
God,
known it as
what
Bowman's,
was
to be
it? So it
honest.
was Bowman's. So there was the Music World. So there's Music World, and there used to be Andy's Records there.
Oh,
as
that's
well,
it.
wasn't
Yeah. Is that what is now Subway? Or was that?
Now Subway, yeah.
Yeah.
But go on. We're asking you. You got to correct us. What was it before Bowman's?
Please tell us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's great. So that was.
Wait.
yeah.
It was apparently it was originally the Falcon, but it might have been something
Yes.
before it was after the Falcon, before Bowman's.
I've heard that before. Yes.
Dad, if you're watching, you told me literally like 3 weeks ago. I should know this.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
So yeah, that was like a really nice gig. Actually, it was a bit of a last minute one. They wanted to put some music on for any people who might be about and around, sort of seeing what's going on. And we kind of went, well, we'll do that.
Yeah, why
and it was great. It wasn't the busiest of nights there,
Right.
but apparently we Ed Barnes he popped
He pumped
in
you. Oh yeah.
towards the end of the set. And had a little chat with him. He said
Nice.
everywhere's pretty dead.
Yeah.
Sunday nights, bank holidays can be a real weird one, can't they?
They really can, because you can sit there and think, well, it depends on when it comes in the month, because this is kind of right in the middle of the month as well.
Yeah.
So not only is everybody already been going out on the Friday and the Saturday, it's not near payday.
No.
So,
that's a very good point.
So it's not, you always got to think about payday with putting on events, because, if people, it's right in the middle of the month, they've just paid their rent, depending on,
I know in Felixstowe, they often Sunday nights tend to be a busy one because it seems to be the logic of people in Felixstowe to go, let's go out Sunday because we can. And they'll say, like, Fridays and Saturdays can be a little bit quieter.
Grown up. I can do what I want.
Exactly, yeah. So they can make it for a busier Sunday, but Friday and Saturday tend to suffer, whereas this was a bit of a weird weekend.
What days do you usually go out, Harley?
I don't really go out much. Like if I'm not gigging, I will probably go out on a Saturday over a Friday.
Yeah.
But I like going out and being sociable on a Thursday.
Right.
But personally, I think that's kind of a thing in terms of there's a lot of things going on a Thursday night. There's still bars open and stuff like that.
Right.
But when it comes to like socialising as a musician, there's a lot of jam nights that go on a Thursday night, and open mic nights and stuff like that. So
it's always like, so it's the same thing as like student nights.
Yeah.
When you sort of first go to uni and there'll be a student night, it'll be like a Monday. And you're like, I've got to be up and be like a human in the morning. I can't do this. Are you mad? But it's the same with gigs. It's like, we'll do a jam night on a Thursday, and then it'll be like, well, I'm not working, so I'm going to go out and have a little bit of a drink, and then you realise you are working on the Friday, and you've got a gig in the evening. You're sort of like, what?
you wake up in the morning, like, okay, I've got 12 hours to become human again.
I have to be singing later on. That's why it's quite good singing Johnny Cash stuff, because you're like, oh, carry on.
So yeah.
But Sundays are quite fun to gig, especially when it's a bank holiday afterwards.
Yeah, and we found that people were there. Like when I've played at the Falcon before, there's a lot of people walking past, and if you're playing the right sort of music, they'll come in. And we had that, but we didn't have a lot of people walking past at all.
Right.
So then that passing trade that would potentially come in, they weren't there. But the people who were there really enjoyed it. They got really into it. We had a nice, a proper laugh with people. We also had Vanya come up and sing a song.
Oh,
she
nice.
works behind the bar there.
Which song she do?
She did Ain't Nobody.
Oh, so, great. She was just a floating head?
Yeah.
Got nobody to make me feel anything. 'Cause I got no nerve endings. Just a floating head.
Yeah.
I bet she nailed it.
Yeah, she was great. It was kind of it was a bit of an impromptu thing. She came and sang the second verse, and her and Elliot just duetted perfectly. It was great fun.
That's cool.
Of course, we play songs in stupid keys, so it took a.
What do you
mean?
Because Gemma, was it Gemma that said the same thing?
Yeah.
At the gig, and I'm like,
because
what way?
A lot of female-led songs aren't designed for male vocals, especially someone with a nice full deep voice like Elliot.
But he's got a great falsetto as Elliot. I was very impressed with that.
Incredible falsetto. I don't it goes both ways and it's ridiculous.
He does swing both ways and it's wonderful.
Anyway, so Pride was great.
Yes. Exactly.
But yeah, so the gig was great. We had loads of fun. We kept a DJ going on till 1 o'clock, so it was quite a late one. And I felt hungover this morning, despite the fact that I wasn't hungover. But I was where I stayed was in a room full of 3 other very hungover people. And there was me just going. I'm just feeling the vibes from them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I'm not even drunk.
Yeah.
Contact high. I like it.
Yeah.
The placebo Harley.
Yeah. Placebo.
You're tasting, man. Sorry, different placebo. Placebo.
Placebo. Placebo.
Was that what you did?
That's pretty much what I did this weekend.
Oh my goodness. Harley did stuff. Well done, buddy. Pete.
I would say one other big bit of news this week that's kind of taken up a lot
music
of my
news
thing. Bought a van, didn't I?
You did, and it's pretty blue, isn't it? I like it.
It's got a nice blue van. It's got loads of seats.
So much space.
8 seats. Loads of space. I managed just about to fit everyone's equipment in the van and still have 5 seats.
That's great.
Which is great.
That's why I got my van. It's the same thing.
Lucy, she's now has her own seat.
Lucy
the puppet. So that's great. She's quite happy about
child seat.
Yeah, I should put a child seat in there.
Lucy the puppet. You haunt my nightmares.
We did. I'll show you a video later on of us scaring Jenny's friend Natalie with the puppet because she's terrified.
It's a puppet.
Yes, she.
She's not good with puppets.
She was she's sitting in the Falcon by a window,
Goodness.
Lucy popped up, so to speak. And it was quite funny.
Lucy is not sentient. You're just a horrible person trying to scare people that have puppet phobias.
Can you not
search them out?
Can you please not disrespect Lucy like that?
She's not real.
She is real.
Okay, she's tangible, but
she's quite tangible.
Anyway, I'm going to talk about me.
Okay, wait. I need to do a thing, but this is the only.
Go on.
Right.
You're only allowed percussion.
What did you do?
It rained. Well, as I said last week, I went along to Lucy Sampson's birthday, and it was such an amazingly talented room full of people. Oh, ice cream van. What a girl.
Probably can't help.
But yeah, no. So it was Lucy Sampson and John as well from Honey and the Bear.
Nice.
Absolutely amazing. I had Meg Burrows in there.
Yeah.
He had Seth and Eliza, who are doing their own solo stuff as well. You got Matt Bayfield,
of course,
the Broadside Boys. Kelly Bayfield of Kelly Bayfield and Kev. No, Wolford. That's it. Yes. We had Keith Sadler.
Yeah.
Jordan Hay.
Wow.
Have I missed anybody out there? I did write them down because I thought I'm going to miss somebody out. No, and little me, and it was just really nice. We had a little bit of. We sort of sang along a little bit. We just sort of spoke about what it was like being a musician around sort of different venues that we've worked with, and maybe to avoid in the future and things. If you want to know about what we discussed, you should probably just let us, give us a message rather than us talking to you. But it was a really, really nice little vibe, just because we were all just sat around, obviously. Just wishing Lucy happy birthday, but John got a bouzouki out in Irish tuning and was playing Game of Thrones because it was not a bazooka, bouzouki.
Sorry,
it was.
That sounded quite realistic.
Yeah, exactly. It was really nice because he had it in Irish tuning, and it was the day that Game of Thrones came out, like the first episode of season 8. So he was sitting there just going, "Have you seen it? Have you seen it? I've seen it. You haven't seen it." I'm like, "God damn it!" I know, so mean. But it was just really, really nice. We just sort of went around the room and talked about what each other's doing, and Keith with his nights that he's putting on every week.
Is he Arlington?
Yes, he's done his last one at Arlington now, so he's not doing
elsewhere.
any more. He's hopefully going to be finding another venue for that.
Wonderful, awesome.
Matt Bayfield has got a new album coming out.
Yeah.
Solo thing, and he's been recorded for ages. I mean, I've got to admire the strength of that guy. He's been wheelchair bound, and he's had a lot of troubles, and he's really battled through it to come out with a solo album. I mean, it's crazy.
And I mean, he's really does keep in high spirits. And
he's a legend.
It's inspirational, isn't it?
Absolute legend. Yeah, he's like really nice to hang out with, and he's just obviously he's been doing it for a while, like we have, and it's just nice to hear different perspectives on it.
Certainly, yeah.
But yeah, so that was nice. Then what else did I do during the week? So yeah, happy birthday there, Lucy. Yes, we had a Buccaneers practice, which is my new thing that I'm doing.
Are you not calling it Lockaneers?
Well, not calling it the Lockaneers now. I think because if I put JS in the Lockaneers, people will be like they've spelt Lockabillies wrong.
No, just called the Lockaneers.
Lockaneers. I mean, it sounds like you're just basically shutting
Like ears
somebody's
with
ears
eyes.
off. Yeah.
The looking ears.
It's kind of weird, just like straight through.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, no, but like, so yeah, we just right now you can't see it, but you people are resting on my treasure chest. You're gonna take a picture.
I'm gonna take a picture of what our setup is.
Oh my god, really cool. Meta. And yeah, it was really nice. So it was Tom McCarthy, Rich Webb, and I just sat around playing sea shanties and just having a proper sing along, and can't wait to bring that out to people so that they can join in and sing along with us. And then we also had I got to go and see this great band on the Thursday night, wasn't it? Yes. Thursday night was really, really good with Isaacs, with Harley. I really like the setup that you guys have. Oscar, his tone is wonderful, but some of his solos were just.
Did you notice the amp that he was playing
I
through?
swear. What was it?
It was a bass amp.
It was a bass amp.
Practice bass amp.
Oh, great. I mean, were you just DIing out of it or something? Or?
We mic'd it up, but
it.
His Vox amp's playing up, so we panicked and used that a few weeks ago and went, actually, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Because he gets all of his sounds come from his pedal board, so as long as he's got a clean tone.
That's fair. Yeah.
Bass amps do that well.
Yeah, well, that's what they're for, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I was really impressed with the tone, with his playing, and yeah, it was just really nice to see him because I haven't seen him play anything other than the Soap Your Auntie for quite a while.
Of course,
I didn't get to make it along to the band concert. So yeah, no, that was a really good show. Friday, Frankie and I went to Thorpeness, and we were just going around on a boat and stuff. I told her to put it up on my Instagram story, my own solo one, but she put it on the Harley and Josh show Instagram story. So there's just a thing that people are going to think that you and me went rowing, because it's just me just going and it's a very female voice behind the camera, so they probably just assumed it was you.
Just assumed that was me. Oh, Josh, you're so strong.
No, she didn't say that. She's like, work harder, you're useless. But yeah, so it was really nice just to have that. Came home and watched loads of Our Planet, the Netflix thing.
Nice,
yeah.
I've
Makes me feel really bad about being human because I'm not recycling enough.
Yeah, we suck.
We really got to think about that.
Luckily, these microphones are reusable. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
good. I was going to bin this afterwards. I was just going to be like, well, that's done.
Mic drop.
So yeah, that was nice. Then Saturday, I had the privilege of going to the Dead Soul Resurrection Festival at Black Horse.
Awesome, yes.
Which was really, really good. Some awesome bands. We turned up, so it was Frankie, Jamie, Dave Kershaw, and I turned up. So the first band playing were 1,000 Voices. They're from Norwich. They had a really great kind of Alexis on Fire mixed in with a bit of groove metal. It's just, so they had quite anthemic parts to it.
That's kind of a cool mix.
Yeah, great backing tracks, and there was sub drops and everything like this.
Yeah.
In the middle of, the Black Horse, so you can really feel it. It's like, okay. Really tight breakdowns, nice sort of energetic show. Yeah, again, from Norwich. I would like to go and see him again. Yeah. I do believe they're on iTunes, on Spotify and stuff like that, so nice. We'll see if we can link that in there as well. Who was after that? Oh, it was the band that I actually went to see, which is To The Nines. Because I actually played Charlie's, the guitarist, wedding, and his wife Hannah was there. So, and it was really cute because so if you imagine Charlie's here on the stage, Hannah was here. Just watching him. She's like, my husband, get away. And I was next to her. I was just like, I'm involved in this marriage somehow. But it was really good because they hadn't played together for a year and a half.
Oh, wow.
And they were all original stuff.
Do you know Barney, is he on drums? Barney Monga. Sorry.
No idea. I don't know if I know. But yes, wait a second. I think they said his name was Barney. Yes. And
lovely
my
guy.
God, his double kick playing.
He is he's
a monster.
Yeah, he plays for quite a few sort of metal bands, and he's very good. Yeah.
Because awesome. they're like deathcore style stuff, a little bit like Texas in July, a little bit like Acacia Strain, but a little bit more thrashy. So I really, really like their sound because all the songs are like a minute and a half, Thank you.
They've got just as much notes as every other song.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
faster, yeah.
But yeah, there's some really, really great groovy breakdowns and where they really sort of stripped it back, just made it really rhythmic. But I could see there were just some points where, because they haven't practiced, you could see Barney was just like, oh, I'm knackered, because he'd be like for the whole song.
Yeah.
And there were just points when I was watching him a lot of the time. It was Charlie or him, because Charlie was just, he's a great guitarist. It's really fun to watch some of his stuff. But I was just like, man, you got this, man. I was just watching him, like Barney just going, you are knackered. I can see it on your face, but he's not missing a beat.
Yeah, he's tight.
I was just like, this is a battle. I'm seeing it on his face.
When I go see a gig, I will often watch the drummer, because I think they're just really... They're
It's a feat of strength.
Yeah.
And stamina.
And it's just beautiful to watch.
It really is.
To see it done well, see it done nice, is just incredible.
Yeah.
And,
so yeah, he did a really good job. I was really impressed. That we were all crying encore for another song, but he was like on the floor next to the drums. He was like, I don't think I have a back anymore. My spine is gone. And I was like, okay, man.
Wow.
You go home and get a massage. So yeah, that was really good. So after To the Nines, got to see Chemical, who were good. They've got a new EP out. Actually, it just came out.
Have we
last
played them on
weekend.
the show before?
No, we haven't, because their last stuff they released was about 3-4 years ago, I think.
Oh, fair enough.
So now they've got a new EP, so I think we'll have to pop that on next week's show.
Sounds good.
Yeah, let us know if you want to hear some Chemical, sort of female-fronted thrash metal. Had sort of like circa like the 80s, old Anthrax style stuff, but if it was a bit more screamy. I think it was fun. They're fun to watch. Because they're all old school metalheads, so all the kind of thrash rhythms you got, like reminiscent of like Kill 'Em All from Metallica. So yeah, it's a nice little trip down classic metal memory lane. And then the band that headlined the whole thing, Chiconia, I think they're called, from Spain, instrumental ambient metal trio. They're a proper power trio, just drums, bass, and guitar. I didn't hear any backing tracks or synth effects or anything like this, but they really came out with some really interesting soundscapes just from three of them.
That's great.
Really twangy bass, like Rickenbacker style,
right?
But like, so still had a lot of oomph. Like,
that low mid kind of real push to it.
The sound was great, like all night. Like the subs were really good. I can't remember who was doing the sound, but like he really had this really like proper Lemmy twang up the top, like ding 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 ding, but it's just underneath. Drummer had these great polyrhythms. They do a lot of this kind of Tool stuff where they're weaving 3s, 4s, 6s, and 7s. And the guitarist just, again, very kind of, I'm trying to think like Animals as leaders. Not super as fast as that. Like he would just be doing the same kind of arpeggios up and down the neck that were just sort of strange chord extensions, lots of sort of tap and slides that really kind of like it. I like when people do different sort of techniques on guitar, because it will sometimes makes you forget that you're listening to a guitar, and that's what's great about a guitar and with bass, is that it can be so diverse as an instrument. Yeah. So yeah, really, really interesting. And yeah, so I'd definitely go and see them again. Afternoon, Justin.
Hello.
Hello, mate. So yeah, I'll definitely go see them again, and I'm gonna be buying their album actually, because I didn't have any cash on me on the night, so I'm just gonna have to buy it online. What else? I'll just whiz through what the finish off the end of my week. I've just put up Shakes, the single from my upcoming solo EP.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to comment with a link to that.
Oh, a link to that. Oh, thank you. So I've just put up a lyric video for that. I mean, for people watching, a lyric video is basically just what it is. So you've got the song in the background.
But don't click the link now. Keep watching.
Yeah, that would be nice. Thank you. But yeah, so the lyrics are popping up over some of the album artwork, and that's kind of like usually what people do. Good professional lyric videos I've seen on YouTube. They've got good graphic designers to do it with, with After Effects and some really good workstations for them to make videos on. But I just did this on iMovie. I've done all my lyric videos on iMovie. But I think it's just a nice little effective way of sharing your music without having to shell out loads of money for a music video. And
like, I mean, in terms of lyric videos, props to Rainer for the lyric video that he did for Easttown Pirates.
Yes, he
on
did.
One of their releases, because he did that quite cleverly.
Was it Thorn?
I can't remember which song it was.
I can't remember.
I'm a bad friend. But it was a really good way because he did it all analog. Like he filmed the lyrics and then just did a little bit of post editing, so then you could have
kind
it
of like
behind
Subterranean Homesick Blues, Bob Dylan.
It was
I was in the basement looking for the government. Yeah.
It very similar to that, but they made it look very what's the word? Like it looks very good and modern. It was great. So it's awesome. But I saw that you shared your video. And watched it yet because I came straight here after waking up
for podcasting.
So I'm going to be clicking that link right there.
Cheers, man. But yeah, no. So I've released the single. The single wasn't available before on Spotify and iTunes and stuff, but I've just released it. It should hopefully be live by the end of the day. If not, then it'll be sometime this week on Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, Pandora, and all that sort of stuff. So I did it through DistroKid. I've not used them before. I did that on the recommendation of Polly Haynes, as she's released her EPs via that before, which was, it was good to know about different things. But I've used TuneCore before, which was like, it worked, but they messed me about because they were supposed to be on a pre-order and they didn't put it on the pre-order at the right date. So I'd promoted a bunch. This was like a year ago when I did the album, and it was supposed to be live on iTunes for a pre-order and on Spotify as well for pre-save, but they didn't do it. So I got through a big old battle with them and just like, no, I need money back now because you messed me about.
And that's a real big issue because when you find out that process hasn't been put through properly or something, it's already kind of too late to do anything about it. It's a knock-on effect
with your PR campaign and your marketing as well, so it's kind of pointless. So I went with DistroKid. That was a very simple setup. I think it was about $19 a year for unlimited uploads for one band.
Yeah. So
for one artist. So I wouldn't use that for the Lockabilly stuff. I just use it for my own solo thing. Which is good. I mean, I'm trying to think about what $19 would be, about 15 quid.
Around that,
something like
14,
that.
15.
And I think what was it? TuneCore was about 40. So it's much less expensive, and I'd probably be able to make that money back a little bit easier. Because you make zero money on Spotify playlists. But the thing is, it said, right, we'll put that up. So I've uploaded the track, put all the artwork in. I was like, cool, upload. It didn't give you the option to upload it for a future date. That was a premium plan thing.
Yeah.
And also it said, cool, we've uploaded your music. It might be live within the next month. I mean, if I'd have known that it wasn't certain that it was going on today, I wouldn't have bothered. But watch this space. I mean, I'll be able to let you know whether it's going to be live now or in the future, or maybe once the apocalypse has happened. Then I'll be live on Spotify, and you'll be like, "Oh, thank the Rapture's been and gone. I'll listen to that new single by Josh that came out 50 years ago."
Well, they might think that you were like the thing that caused the apocalypse.
Oh yeah, exactly. You pressed the wrong option button on DistroKid. You ordered the end of the world for $19.99. So yeah. Anyway, that's what I did. That's what I did. And stuff. Don't take the mic away. So I think we need to get on to some talking points. Before we do that, Justine has just said that she has got a busking night on Sunday. Is it next Sunday, I'm expecting? So it's Bank Holiday Monday now, so it's the Sunday coming. So what date is that going to be? The 29th of April?
I am now checking. That will be the...
Give us dates, people. Give us dates.
28th.
28th. All right, 28th. That's the Boardwalk in Rendlesham. The link is here in our comments section. So
they
check
do
that
good
down.
coffee.
They do good coffee, actually. I'll go there because I teach at Rendlesham School. So in between, when we used to go to Old Jet, I would be going to the Boardwalk Cafe. I think it's for under 14s, isn't it?
Is it?
There are under 14s go to that open mic night. So there's a lot of proper up and coming kids getting up and going up and performing live for the first time.
It won't let us click the link on the thingy, but we'll But there's a link right there. If you
clicky.
There we go. If you look at that, we'll
cool. So promote. If you've got some more gigs, please let us know, and we will promote into comments and stuff like this. So the things that people have asked us to talk about. Well, I want to do a quick bit first. Give me your shaker. Right, this is the only serious thing we can do Music news. This week we're going to be talking about, is piracy the most effective distribution method? What about the next one, Harley?
And Amazon have released a new free version of Amazon Music.
Ooh. That Germany is resisting the EU copyright directive. And I also wanted to talk about these stats. Apparently around 5.2 million people listen to podcasts in the UK each month, which is pretty good. And 45% of those people are under 35. 25% of those people share it with people. So it's just showing about how much podcasting is growing.
Oh, certainly, yeah.
It really is.
We're tapping into the right bit.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe.
So yeah, that's because there is a company in the UK that usually do radio. They're called Blue something. I've got to remember what they're called actually. But they have gone from music plugging into podcast plugging now, because it's another company that's investing into it to go, okay, so this is making some serious monies.
Yeah,
so let's find out.
Podcasting is such a great medium. I enjoy that kind of thing because it's kind of essentially like talk radio, but you can find exactly what someone's going to talk about into something that's interesting you.
Yes,
you go to like mainstream talk radios in the UK and they're talking about politics and stuff like that, and I don't want to listen to that when I'm sort of on my way to work, on my way to rehearsal. I want something to be more entertaining.
To laugh, like plumbing the Death Star.
Yeah, something a bit funny, but then you can still tap into that kind of thing. You know, there's a lot of are they Radio 4 comedy shows that you've put me on that are available in podcast form as well.
The Now Show, the News Quiz.
Very good, yeah.
Love them.
Infinite Monkey Cage is one of my favourites.
I do like that
incredible.
One. Here it is. Blueprint Radio unveils a podcast plugging division. So
yeah,
I think, for anybody who does podcasting, you might want to check that out for UK distribution. They might be good at plugging it a bit more. So right, okay. So let's talk about piracy. Oh, Fisticuffs use Root Note for uploading our songs to Spotify and iTunes. Been brilliant. Root Note. Okay, I'll have to check that out. How many cowboys exactly is too much cowbell?
None.
There's not too much cowboy.
No.
Only if it's Will Ferrell playing it.
Yeah.
Best 80s hair metal band. I'm going to say Winger.
Ooh.
Winger. Oscar Charlton will agree with me with that one. So yeah.
I would call him.
Cheers, Scott Norman, for the questions.
Gigging,
yeah. Is he gigging today? Is he?
Yes.
Oscar?
Yeah. Oscar's done 6 gigs this weekend.
Oh, good man.
Yeah.
Good.
So he's been
hard working.
Working hard.
Yeah. Or hard working.
Ashton Jones has messaged about music distribution out. It's a minefield.
Tis a minefield,
it is indeed. It really is.
It is faff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, so talking about distribution, so. Piracy being the most effective method. I don't really have any statistics on this, but it was really interesting. There was Werner Herzog was talking about this, about the movie industry more than anything else. But he was saying that, although he completely disagrees with piracy and he doesn't want people, he would rather get paid for his work, he's still thankful that people who are unable to pay for his work can still watch it. I mean, he's a documentary maker, so he makes quite important films. So somebody that is seeking a bit of enlightenment, a little bit of education, they can still get it, even though they've got a bit of a monetary barrier. Do you think the same thing with your music? I mean, if you release something and somebody listens to it for free, are you still thankful that they've heard it?
Yeah, I mean, there are artists who have reported that they've uploaded their music to places like Pirate Bay or
LimeWire. I remember back in the day that was Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah, that's it. And they intentionally uploaded it to those sites themselves because they didn't want poor quality versions of it being distributed. Whether they were doing legally or illegally, they wanted high quality versions.
True.
There was a band, I believe, we may have even mentioned it before, who released a album only to Pirate Bay. And they're like a big mainstream band, so people kind of found it and it got talked about, and it got people talking about it because it was essentially leaked by the band.
Yeah, it's not really a leak then, is it? It's a tap.
Yeah. So what is it there?
So yeah, I mean, quick conclusion. I would be absolutely fine with people pirating my music right now in my career because I'm not making... I mean, we make original music for the fun of it at this point of our careers because it's not going to make us any serious money. But that is the gigs that get us the serious money. If people are going to be listening to my music, I guess it might push them to go along to one of my shows, which is where I do make the money. So I'd be kind of fine with people pirating my music right now.
At this stage, I think it's almost a privilege if you found your album.
If somebody's actually listened
on
to me.
Pirate Bay, like someone found this important.
Somebody gave a crap to sit there for ages uploading with that.
I know, right? Like that's kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's one of those things that will go both ways. After a while, you when you start sort of seeing an actual some form of income from your music sales, then you're like, well, I want to make sure I protect that money that is coming in because it's a substantial amount.
Yeah.
But then once you get to that level, your objective in how you approach music does change. I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. I don't want to be like people going, all these rich people moaning about the poor people who can't afford their music. It's like, well, no, it's just you've got to, you do to a certain point have to protect what's yours. Yeah.
No, your intellectual property. So talking about free music, Amazon Music has released a new free version, which
is this like Spotify, like an advertised?
Yes. So it supports adverts and things, which I don't think is a good thing. The more services that people get music for free, the more it's going to devalue music, and we're just going to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Amazon's making enough money as it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's certainly a thing. There's something I
pay your taxes.
I thought about. Yeah, please. Although they've got a whole new thing that they've just launched that they can use as a massive tax write-off.
It's like, it's free. But they're making money on the adverts, aren't they? But the thing is, they're making money off adverts. They're probably not going to be paying any better subscription service than play fees as Spotify. Spotify's still got the best, paying rates from all the streaming services right now.
Oh, do they? That's good.
But so it shows that there's going to be a lot. It's gonna eat into Spotify's
and
base.
Cause them to be more competitive.
Yes, definitely. So
bad.
they might, they might be sitting there, bringing their prices down. And that means that maybe royalty payments or play payments will go down for us.
Yeah, my sister uses Spotify free. And because
so do I. I mean, I have Apple Music, but for sharing playlists with people, I use Spotify. The free version.
Because it's the kind of the top dog. It's the
catch-all.
It's the leader, isn't it? But I don't understand because I use Spotify a lot when I'm traveling places, going places. And I love Spotify for that ease. Yeah. I don't understand how anyone...
Do you pay for it or do you have
I
the
pay for it. I pay the full price. Because there's two different price bands, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's like $7.99 and the $9.91 one.
I think the cheaper one is just without the adverts.
Yeah.
And the full version allows you to play stuff not on shuffle. And I'm a big fan. I love listening to an album start to finish.
Yeah,
I can't listen to an album on like shuffle.
It's like you go through a photo album from child to adult. I don't really go through that skipping. Like, let's go to the middle and let's go backwards. Like, you're talking to grandma, just sitting there going, "Grandma, you look a lot longer here." It's like, oh yes, because I put them in a weird order.
I've always I said to someone, I was like, I mostly support it for the reason that you can, just as well as anyone else, as any musician, bands have had massive arguments, rows over which song should come third in the playlist. Yeah, and
people almost left bands that I've been in because they're like, no, this was always supposed to be the 5th track on the album.
Every musician who's been in a band that's brought out an album or an EP will have at some point had a disagreement or a full-blown argument, maybe even a fist fight over what track comes first.
No, exactly, yeah. So it is important. But anyway, so I'm not sure if that's a good thing. What else we got on here? Germany resisting the EU copyright directive. That was an interesting thing. I was just, again, I'm not reading this off anything. It's just a headline. But it was more the fact of, so it passed European law. Doesn't mean that it also is passed in specific people's governments. That's one of the whole reasons that Brexit is a thing, right? Is because it may have passed in the EU, courts, but here it's not something that people have voted on. So now we've got to try to think about whether countries will actually implement Article 13 and the link tax and everything like this, which, we've discussed this on the show before in previous episodes, that it can be a bit of a violation of what people can do on the internet. It there will be people that will be quite annoyed at me for saying that, because they'll be like, "Wow, what about my rights to my songs?" It's like, yeah, very good, very good. But every time you share a meme now, you are breaking EU copyright law, and because you don't own the image and you didn't make the actual, if you make the meme, you're breaking copyright law.
Yeah.
And if you share the meme, it's not your property. So whether you can do it, you've got to be able to argue for pastiche, and whether it's it's what do they call it when you're lampooning something, but that kind of thing.
It's almost as if the law is too broad to cover to cover everything happily.
Yes. So I mean, the exact wording of the copyright directive is quite interesting to read. Well, it's not really. It's like it turns your brain in knots because you're trying. This is a bad sentence. You could just added so much stuff in. But I mean, it's really good to be able to read into it and think, okay, so this is what we actually are allowed to share now. I mean, people that are content providers like Harley and I, we're sharing things on our page all the time, and it's not ours. It's not ours to give people, is it? So there are things there which I can see why Germany would be pushing against it, because it does actually promote a little bit of censorship.
There's an interesting point that a YouTuber made, which something that affects us is we can't play music on. We're not at a point where we're getting monetized for our YouTube videos or for our podcast.
We do this for fun, yo.
But we'll get a page sanction if we play too much of one song on an hour show, or if we play that song, the money made from that entire episode goes to the artist who wrote the song.
I mean, it's fair enough, but
this YouTuber, he talks about films and stuff and put bits from films.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a video demonetized because it played 7 seconds of RoboCop.
Right.
Therefore, all the money made from that video that had been seen by 50,000 people went to the makers of RoboCop. And he was like,
"But RoboCop didn't do anything.
Why did they?" He's like, "They had 7 seconds worth of content. I've done a 10-minute long video.
Right, yeah.
So surely they should only be entitled to a percentage of it, but not all of it.
Not nothing, but yeah.
But there's nothing like that in place for those kind of those
this
kind of
probably
channels.
has been touched on with this EU copyright directive.
Right.
And that might be one of the reasons why Germany's sort of dissenting.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see. We'll just keep going with this Article 13 thing, because people have been asking us about it. So
there's a lot to it, isn't there?
But I am pretty certain that Kat Dickerson is watching right now. Give us a hello if so, because last week, Kat, you asked us how to start a band. So I think that's a really interesting thing that we should talk about for the last sort of,
yeah.
Will
this be a thing I thought about this bank holiday morning?
Think I thought about this bank holiday morning.
Jingle.
So many instruments.
The cat's fallen over.
Oh, you killed the dead cat. Sorry, Skelly Cat. Frankie's going to kill me when you walk in. She's going to mark me on the wall. So first ever bands that we started, mine was with my English teacher, because he found out that I could play something in high school, and a couple guys from the year above me.
I was at that gig.
You were, weren't you? Yeah, I think you were a couple of years below me. I think you might have just joined. I think you were in year 7 at that point.
Year 7, yeah, maybe, yeah.
So I would have been year 9. I would have been about 13, 14, I think. So it would have been my first gig. And it was, so it's easier when you're in school, because you're all in an educational environment. You know when people are learning instruments, and you can see them in school, like carrying them around. When you're outside of school, it's harder, because if you see a random person with a guitar on the street, how many people have got the stones to go up to them and just go, "Hey, have you got a band? We should do a thing."
Yeah.
Because you'd just be like, stranger.
I heard a story. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but guitarist Mark Flanagan, he started playing with Jules Holland and has been for many years.
He's from round here, isn't he?
He is indeed, yes.
Well, he's not. He wasn't born from round here, but he lives around here.
But from what I heard, how he got the job is he was walking through some town and he heard some guy playing piano in an apartment or in a building that was the doors were open.
Right.
He had a guitar with him and he sort of went in and just went, "You're right, mate." That was a bad accent.
Well, I think you did something.
And and just kind of went, just jam, and then the rest is history.
Exactly. Well, Kat, thanks for watching, mate. Tell us what you want from being in a band. So yeah, just give us a comment because we're going to keep talking about this for a bit.
Definitely.
I think there's so many different ways that you can find musicians. Little sort of like anecdotal stories, like what we're saying. You know, they are the norm, really.
Yeah.
Like because you read all these music biopics and stuff like that, and they just sound like, oh my god, how did you know, like you watch Bohemian Rhapsody, and it's just like Freddie Mercury was at a show and then just came outside and said, "Can I join your band?" And the stars aligned, and it happens. They're made to seem very legendary, but in the moment, they're not very legendary. You're just sort of like, I met a bloke, we had a pint, had a jam, that was quite fun. So now we're in a band. I mean, it doesn't mean that you're going to be the next Freddie Mercury, but if you grow a mustache, maybe. So
is this your plan?
That's my plan.
Join Queen.
I'll be like, please, look at me,
please, guys.
Hang
around pubs.
But yeah, anyway, so those little things. I mean, how did you meet people that you're in bands with that you didn't go to college with? So not like Oscar.
Okay. Well, so let's go through the bands that I'm in with now.
Right.
I've got.
You mean that you're in, not the groupie?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I won't mention those bands. So with Chart Attack, we all went to high school together. We all chilled out and stuff, and we knew each other from that, and we all knew each other musically because we'd gone to the same shows, played in other bands, and then just kind of formed once. Yeah. So that was nice and easy. When it comes to Poppy and the Hopefuls,
so Dan.
So how did I meet Dan? I met Dan at a blues jam.
Blues jam,
so
good.
Jam sessions are a really good way to meet other people and other musicians.
Definitely.
And also, it's a very easy way to then see what kind of musician they are because you see them playing, but in a social environment that's not like an audition, like not a high pressure situation.
I think the hard thing is also convincing people of your kind of vision because so what we're looking at for jam nights is a lot of the time it's for me it's depth musicians because I'm like, all right, Murray can't make a show. Oh, I know Harley can play because I've seen him at a jam night, and also we've known each other for years. But there'll be other people like Lloyd, who I wouldn't have really gotten friendly with. I knew him for years before, but I didn't know how good he was until I saw him at a jam night, and I was like, right, I'll hire him in the future.
And they're working on the fly, so in terms of looking for a depth, that's great for just going...
But like, if you are sitting there just going, so you could go. So I'm going up to someone going, I can give you some paid work. They're like, okay, I'm on board. But if you're going up to someone going, hi, I'd like for you to get in a van with me, tour around the country for little to no money at all, write some songs that might get relegated to a bin down the line, and maybe we'll have a falling out and then a battle for rights later on in the line.
That is a very, very common story.
Yes, it is. But it's that's what a lot of people hear when they sit there and go, yeah, I've started a band, I've written some of my own songs. And if you are a professional player, a lot of the time you'll be like, right, I don't want to be involved in this because I've done originals bands and I've been stung, right? Yeah. So I think really it does. How you approach someone, how approaching like I just did would be an awful way. Do you want to be broke with me?
Although there's manage expectations.
Yes, exactly. But so if you think about it in terms of right, okay, so how do you approach people when you're not friends with someone? It's a very difficult thing when you're not putting your future in somebody's hands, like the future of your songs in somebody else's hands. So I mean, it's just like knowing how to approach people, I suppose. Finding the right people. Yeah, you've moved it because you scared Jenny. Finding the right people is very difficult, but you won't know if they're the right people to be in a band with until you've already been in a band with them for a while. Yeah. Because, I mean, there's so many people that have been really good friends of mine, but I've been in a band with them, and I've just been like, you are so annoying. Yeah. I can't work with you. I didn't look at you for a reason there. Right.
But that's it. And, that's something you learn in time is the sort of musician you're looking for. An experienced musician will be looking at going, can I sit in a van with this guy for 3 hours? Mm-hmm. Can I sit in a van with this guy for 20 minutes? Yeah. And it's... Again, that's always hard to tell, but we make friends every day. Yes. So you apply some of that human thing. It's not just pure business of can they play like I want them to play. There's also an element of
what they like as a human.
What's the chat going to be between sets? You know, are they going to want to chat?
Banter.
And if they're not going to want to chat, that might be a good thing.
Yeah, there's sometimes being quiet's great.
Yeah.
So other places you can find musicians, because that's the thing. We run into musicians like, ants. Like, they're everywhere. Yeah. I've got loads in this room right now.
I've got a drummer.
Do you want to be in a band with Cat? No, so it's that thing of where do you find these musicians? So we know that jams work. There's websites you can use called Encore, which people put up that they are playing an instrument and are looking for someone. Musicians in your city, that's another one.
Join my band.
Joinmyband.com, that's another one.
Have you tried any of these? I know a few people have tried various ones with varying results, but they're getting results either way.
Yeah, I think there are some more social media options coming up for musicians. If you just search for musician social media, there was one that I can't remember the name of it. It's like Dongle or something like this, and it was and it was advertised on Facebook, and it was basically like Tinder for musicians. So it's kind of a way of doing it like that,
right?
Which it'll be interesting to see what that happens, right? The people will be like, no, he doesn't look pretty enough for my band. She doesn't look like she's gonna, wear the right clothes for this band or something like this. We're not thinking about how we sound, but it'll be an interesting thing to know about.
And there are Facebook pages as well, Facebook groups.
Exactly. Ipswich Musicians Forum.
Yeah, just band musicians looking for bands.
Yes, exactly. Band ads. There's Essex ones. There's Debt Musicians in the UK as well. It's quite
and they're
a good
good
one.
for looking, because you've got a lot of people there who are looking for Debt gigs, but some of them are just wanting to find a band who would quite happily find a band full time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
what's another one? Ipswich Music Scene. People promote stuff on there.
Yeah.
There's plenty of Facebook groups. I think it's just the thing of taking the leap to hanging out with someone you have no idea who they are.
Yeah.
And what they might play like, and also if they don't play exactly what you want first time, take a gamble still maybe, because you can still start another band.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people contact me and go, "Do you know any musicians that might be looking to join a band, or do you know any band that might need a bass player, or do you know a band that might need a singer, or anything like that?"
Right.
And I do keep my ear to the ground. Often, by the time the right fit comes along, it's been so long that I'm either no longer in contact with this person or just plain forgot.
Yeah,
doesn't sound unlike me.
Yeah. But there's nothing wrong with asking people like Harley and I if you know if you're looking for somebody. I have hooked up people with bands before, and it's not like I'm not doing it for a monetary thing. It's just nice to see that there's people that I know out there doing music that are making some really good stuff, and to also feel like I was a part of it as well. Yeah. I had a big hand in introducing Impilo to each other. They may not have gotten together and jammed if I hadn't sort of made the connection. But I'm really happy that I did. I didn't get any monetary thing from that. I don't sit there and go about talking about it on Facebook Live and trying to promote myself for doing it. Not at all. But I do get a huge sense of involvement from that.
Yeah.
So if ask somebody like Harley, somebody like me, we'll help you start something up. We're coming up to the end of it, aren't we, buddy?
Yeah.
My goodness gracious. So what gigs have you got going on this week? What's going on, boy?
I know.
I
haven't prepared for this.
I have one gig this weekend, which is a wedding.
I have a gig that I'm going to.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Very nice. Let's look at our phones instead of looking at these people.
Yeah, I was originally supposed to be playing this gig, but unfortunately scheduling got the better of us, and we weren't going to have enough time to put together a band. Originally, I was going to be joining Peter Hepworth for his album.
Awesome.
EP launch?
He's got an EP coming out, has he?
Album launch.
Very nice.
So that's on the 26th of April, which is this Friday coming.
Friday, good.
Tickets are available. If you just search Peter Hepworth on Facebook or on Google,
that's
it'll
cool.
Sure come up. The original plan was to be just myself, Peter, and Chris King.
Right.
From
Planet Music.
That's
awesome.
But like I say, there were some illnesses, so we couldn't quite just get together, and he didn't want to put together a half-hour show.
Yeah. That's fair.
He just wanted it to be good, or save it for another time, and we're going to get together again soon.
No, that's a great idea.
But that's the gig. The main event that I'm.
That's
heading
your
towards
main
this
event.
week.
I've got a wedding in Ipswich. Where it is, I've completely forgotten.
Okay,
but
if,
it's I've got a wedding.
If you hear that anybody's getting married or anything like that, just befriend one of their family members to a point. Yeah, or just pretend to be one of their family members. Yeah.
I mean, why not? Let's just mention a couple things. Saturday, Hot Tramp are playing with Ghosts of Men.
Awesome.
Three Wise Monkeys in Ipswich will be an amazing night. I won't be able to make. What else is going on this week then, Harley?
I'm having a loot
this weekend. I'm doing my old Facebook discovery. That's a lot of the time how I find gigs is literally just from what people have invited me to.
I've got one here on Sunday, which is a gig for Mind at the Brewers Arms.
All right, who's playing?
We've got Jackson Co, Artwork, Huckleberry Taylor, and The Shrew.
Artwork are fun. So Jackson Co, I like them.
Yes. So that'll be a nice one.
Dingus Khan are playing at the Steamboat this Saturday.
Oh, sweet.
That'll be pretty mental. Phil Jackson is playing at the Arbor House on Saturday.
Yep.
You
ever heard of Neon Vampire?
Oh, no, I haven't.
They are playing St Jude's Brewery Tavern in Ipswich.
Big one. Icebreakers.
Oh, of
this
course.
Sunday at 2:30. Rob Lewis Music Services presents Icebreakers. The April session. That's at 2:30 at the Railway. Under 18s open mic night. If you've got some kids or you are a kid and you want them on stage or you want to be on stage, then that is a really wonderful, safe space to get up there and play in front of people.
Yeah.
And it's a really entertaining night as well. Well, afternoon. I've been along to watch, and it's just seeing talent.
And if you want, you can if you are within the right age range, you can do 2 in one night. You can do Icebreakers in the afternoon because that's an afternoon start, and then shoot off to Rendlesham for Justine's boardwalk.
The boardwalk, exactly. Yeah. So busking at the boardwalk. Trying to think if there's anything else going on. Colourblind Hedgehogs are playing Saturday at the Wagon.
Oh yeah.
In Essex. So.
Nice.
Metal to the Masses, the Sound House in Colchester. There, it's I think that is for Bloodstock. They're going for Bloodstock slots. Nice. Who else is playing?
I've just noticed.
Seawolves Collected, Necromorph, Osmium Guillotine. They're a good band, and Unit 33.
I've seen this. I've not heard of these guys before. The Omega Men.
Omega Men.
The Kingfisher. They're a police tribute.
Oh.
Which I think that'll be quite good.
I've never seen a police tribute before.
No.
Interesting. Well, that's all I've got to talk about this week. If you've got some topics you'd like us to talk about, thank you, Kat, for that one. Like you say, thank you guys. I've not been playing bass and singing along, so the advice is, that's all we want to do. If you need some extra stuff, just drop us a comment and stuff, and we can get us linked up with people. And
please do. Everyone else who has more questions on that, we can go into more detail on another show.
And also, Kat is saying that Colourblind Hedgehogs have 2 gigs this weekend. One on Friday at the Wild Man in Sproughton. Is that right?
That'll be the one,
isn't it? Yeah.
And so Saturday at the Wagon of Wicks.
So Wagon of Wicks.
Wagon of Wicks.
A Wagon of Wicks. So thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been really good. I've got something for you before you start. So you have to talk for about 30 seconds whilst I run out.
Do I get 2 mics?
Go phasey.
I get a phase through the mics. I'm just going to promote my own stuff for a second because so I've got my lyric video that's just come up on my Facebook page. So please go over there and check that out and give it a watch. Give it a comment. If you like it, if you don't like it, tell me what's wrong with it. See what I'm talking about, lyric videos, and that might be quite fun. What have you done? What have you got?
Happy Easter. I thought I'd get you something that represented Easter perfectly.
What's that?
A sheep.
See, sheep lay eggs.
Sheep lay eggs.
Well, they have a placenta.
If someone could tell us why. I got one for Frankie as well. Should I just put it in the cat?
You are wonderful, weren't you? Actually, yeah. Put it in the cat. Oh, you're a genius. I've been hiding chocolate eggs around the house for Frankie for absolute weeks. And she hates me because she's a PT and she's trying to keep the weight off. So thank you, Harley, because I'm not going to take any.
Yeah, that's on me. That's on me.
I've
been hiding it in the fridge because it will just melt in seconds in here.
This is gonna go real quick. I'm sorry.
Are you just gonna go down in one? Down in one. Down in one.
In my mouth. It's the Harley and
Josh show.
on
Right,
Easter Monday. Bye.
Disgusting.